We're starting the last week on the road to New Orleans. How's your Memorial Day? Tell these people that are following this journal about your Memorial Day.
Memorial Day was fantastic. Got to hang out with my oldest son Jacob. We went to the Cubbies game. It was fantastic. Had a little bit of Lou Malnati's pizza with my college roommate and one of my best friends, Johnny Goodtimes. And
Devil fish hooks, right?
Devil fish hooks. And Scoon, my best friend from growing up. So they all came out, got to hang out for a little bit. It was a great time. Really happy.
Yeah, I bet that was a nice thing, you know, before you start heading into this grind week and head down to New Orleans.
It was a really good break in the monotony that is training camp. You know, like punching and fighting the same people every day gets pretty damn old, especially when they find out new ways to come kick your butt. But I made it through the weekend. Had a good practice today, and now I'm just kind of ready for this thing to get over with, ready to end up in New Orleans.
Now, you know, every fighter is different, but I don't think some people believe it, but you know, we've seen it firsthand, we who know you, but you are like, what do you always say? You could either be sleeping or you could be fighting.
Yeah.
Like, that's how you roll. You're not like, you don't have to get amped up or nervous. You could be sleeping or you could be fighting.
That's right. Like, we're sleeping 45 minutes before a fight. Like fight night, I'm sleeping. I think there was a picture that got tweeted out that I'll send it to you. That I was sleeping 45 minutes before a fight. Already wrapped up, taped up, laying down in my Batman shirt, sleeping on the mats.
Well, okay. Well, one thing we haven't talked about yet. We got to talk about Ben Rothwell. That's who you're fighting. You know, you've known Ben, you know, or been around for a while. You know, what are your thoughts on this fight with Ben?
I think this will be my biggest toughest test to date. I think that Ben is durable. He's been around the block forever. He's had a belt in another organization. He's just he's tough, man. Like I said, there's nothing really sexy about him, but he's just really good on all levels. I mean, he's just a really solid all-around fighter. Great chin, good power. You know, he has offensive game, has offensive wrestling game.
And you know, there was a story that kind of went out in the media like 6 months ago. I think people may have got it misconstrued about your guys' history. Like, you know, and from what I understand, there really isn't much of a history, right?
Yeah, there's not really much history. We trained together at Duke's a couple of times, and you know, he lives down in Kenosha, so he'd come up sometimes when I was training with Pat Barry. Other times he wouldn't be up there. Didn't really matter. I mean, we get our time in. He knows me, I know him. I believe he respects my power and my game. I respect his durability and his power.
And you know, it's always one step at a time. But this fight could do. You know, are you looking at this fight? I know where you want to be in the end game. This fight could very well catapult you up into a whole different picture. Is that what you're thinking?
I'm thinking that Ben's tough. And I'm thinking that if I think about where I could end up after this one, I'm gonna get my ass kicked. And that's not even a cliche answer. It's not a canned answer. It's legit. I think Ben is too tough to look past and to think about anything else. And he's shown he's got good cardio. He's got good aggression. He's powerful and he's wise. He's been in the game a lot. He's got a real good fight IQ. So if I were to even kind of come across that thought and think about where I could end up afterwards, and especially now that Arlovsky beat Travis and blah blah blah, like there's all kinds of things being thrown. Stipe, Travis, Stipe, Arlovsky, whoever else, myself, Ben. I mean, everybody's talking about all kinds of things, and I get all kinds of tweets. But if I look past Ben, I'm getting my ass kicked on Saturday.
And then, kind of wrapping it up here, you know, this project's pretty unique because you're letting people see everything you do. What was your kind of inspiration to kind of open the doors to the public to let them see something they never get to see?
I think that we have an interesting life, and I think that a lot of people have it misconstrued because I think they think that some of us live a little bit more of a glorious life, and I am relatively private. I answer questions as honestly as I can, but I do keep my private life private. And you know, like I always kind of joke around, like about chasing unicorns and trying to grab them or whatever else. Cause you know, I'm a silly, jovial person. But I think people can see how hard I train and the legitimacy that I take, or it's not even a proper term, but you know what I'm saying, like how serious I take my job, and how legit my training partners are, and how seriously I take them for sacrificing time with their families or their jobs to come in and help me, and that means a lot.
Yeah, but as you just said, you are a private person, and you are showing people that the side of that you're a father. You're letting them into your life, and I think that's people are really responding to that because people want to know more about you and they're getting to see the real you, you know?
Yeah, for sure. I think that if anybody had any kind of questions on what I'm like or what I do, they'll definitely see it. And if they like it, cool. If they don't, I'm gonna go to hell. I'm still gonna be me. Still gonna be my a dad and the best person I can be.